Hello, friends. This is Rachel Archelaus, founder of the Intuitive Art Academy, and I'm here with my amazing friend and business BFF, Carrie Roldan.
Hey, everybody.
And we just want to tell you about our experience with something that we created a few months ago that has surpassed our expectations and is really allowing people to finally do their purpose work with joy and ease. And it sounds too good to be true, granted, but let us just tell you about it and the experiences that people are having. I already sound like I'm going to give you an infomercial, which is partially true, but we just really want to tell you about what we've been doing because I really feel like so many of the people who've reached out to me over the years and my students in both my business classes and my intuitive art classes have said similar things to me, and that is, they really want to do their purpose work in the world, whether that's healing or teaching or dog walking or making videos or recording meditations or dancing, like whatever it happens to be that is calling them. They really feel like that is their place in the world. That is where they want to be. That is where their aliveness comes in. That's where they're touching people and inspiring them. But they don't want to build a business, or they don't know how to build a business, or they hate the word marketing, or there's just so many things attached to the realization of that they don't want to be a part of, or they've tried to be a part of and just didn't like it or didn't find a groove with it. And so I came up with this idea of, I'm calling it now business assistance, and we're using it inside my intuitive art certification. And it's where the teacher, they're trained to be teachers and, give sessions and readings and stuff, a regular intuitive art part. But then when it goes time for them to be out in the world after they're certified, they just show up and teach. They book the venue, right? They know where they want to teach, whether it's in person or online. They give us a date and the information, and we do all the rest. We take the payment. We provide all the marketing and the sales pages and the reminder emails and the follow-up and the newsletter and all of the stuff that people don't like to do, we do and actually enjoy it. So it's like a win-win. They get to work in the world in the way they want. We even provide class templates and all kinds of resources for things if they don't want to come up with anything from scratch. And we're not taking away their personality, right? Like, you can use intuitive art in any way that you want, whether it's on like animal communication or talking to loved ones in spirit, whatever it is, business growth. And they do what they want to do, and we do what we want to do, and we help each other, and everyone wins. It was an idea, and then we tested it, and it's working, and people love it. Even people who've had businesses on their own for years and years and years went through this and have used our business assistants to set up their class and, do all the stuff. And they're like, oh my God, this is it. This is ease. I don't have to tell them, I don't have to email them beforehand. I don't have to wait, what? Yeah, like they're loving it. It's bringing ease to this idea of working your purpose. And I am overjoyed at that. So anyway, I think I've talked for a long enough blog here, and I want to hear what Carrie has to say, but that's what you're in for here. Carrie and I are just going to talk about this because I think you may not have heard of this anywhere else. I don't know. So keep watching.
When I was starting my business, right, I knew how I wanted to show up in the world. And I had a knowing that I could earn really good money just living in my gifts. And then I was told, great, so build a business around that. And then I kind of went cross-eyed. And not that I didn't learn all the things that I needed to do to build a business around that, but I didn't want to build the business. I just wanted to show up in my gifts, right? And that is the song that we've heard people singing over and over and over again. And what we offer at the Intuitive Art Academy is a way for you to show up and live in your gifts, which is amazing. It's incredible. It's a tangible tool that you can use and teach and that other people can learn. And that feels really, really good. But I know when Rachel, you first started this, right? You were like, great, here's how you can build a business around it. And everyone was like, but I don't want to build. I just want to do, right? I just want to show up and do this. And Rachel listened. I feel like totally received how she could help us all do that, right? Because one of the things about you, Rachel, is that you're kind of a geek, right? You kind of like the techie stuff. You like, how could I make this work? How could I connect this? And Rachel finds ease in a lot of the techie stuff that the rest of us bang our heads on our desks with. And that's what she's created here, is a way for you to become a certified intuitive artist, right? Or if you're already a certified intuitive artist, a way for you to, with much more ease, just show up. And I don't know if you want to talk about the nitty gritty of it, Rachel, right? But there's, everything from how to book your class to the booking of the class being automated to, if you don't want to teach a lot of classes, but you'd rather just do one-on-one readings, that all you have to do is show up and be awesome. And everything else really can take care of itself, and even a way to earn residual income because you've been showing up and being awesome. So do you maybe want to go into the specifics of what that looks like, or what do you think, Rachel?
Yeah, I love that. If you've ever tried to have your own business, or you do right now, you know that there are a lot of moving parts. We basically try to take out as many of those moving parts and decisions as possible. From the time you think of your idea for a class, we have a list of ideas for you. We have a list of pre-made classes for you to choose from. We have copy and paste emails to send to centers or bookstores that you want to teach at to say, hey, I do intuitive art, can I do my class here? All of that is really simple and easy to follow. Once you have your date with a center or online, if you're just doing it yourself, you get to pick the date. You don't have to talk to anybody. We do everything else. We set up the sales page for your class. We promote it depending on where it is, nationally or locally for you. We promote it ourselves through our online calendars and YouTube channel and emails. We already have a network of people who are interested in taking your class, so it's a pretty special little system. We set up the registration email, the reminder email. We tell people what to bring. We handle all the payment and take the payment for you. And you have a dashboard that's showing you all of your registered students and how much you earn from all of that and when you're going to get paid. To after class, a follow-up email with a way to book a session with you, other classes that they might be interested in taking, anything else you have going on. And all of that is linked to you. So anytime a registered student of yours buys anything, whether that's now or 5 years from now, you are going to make income from that because they're registered as your student. And so that means you do the work up front to get students, but that's not everything. That's not how you're going to make all your money. It's going to come in when that student learns and grows with us in their future. And if they choose to become a certified intuitive artist as well, their revenue is still going to be linked to you. So you're going to get 5% of their revenue as they go on in their teaching and giving sessions. And so basically, we've really tried to make it as simple as possible for you to make money in as little time as you want to spend. So this is a very part-time thing if you want it to be, but you can also do it as much as you want. We are really having success. So we also offer the option of you giving sessions, whether you have those booked directly through you or we book them for you through our websites. And It's still the same thing. It's all centralized. We give you your own link so that if you want to book sessions on your own, you can have people book with you. And then we do the same thing. We take payment, we do email reminders. It's all in your dashboard. And the really cool thing is that you get to earn over $100 an hour if you book a complete session. So our people are making over $100 an hour. And I think for a part-time effort, that's really incredible. Plus the fact that you're going to get revenue anytime that student or client books anything or takes anything in the future.
One of the really cool things, right, about someone who is assigned to you, right, tagged specifically as someone who came to intuitive art through one of your classes or through however you got them into intuitive art, is whatever they buy forever, right? If it's, we've got products, we've got stuff, whatever they buy forever is tagged to you. And so it's just another way that, you know, you do something one time where you get to show up and be in your gifts. And what comes from that, that's the beauty of when we're living in alignment, when we're living in our gifts, when we're really showing up as who we are, right? There's a ripple effect that we just can't anticipate, you know, and Rachel is doing her best to anticipate the things that people might want and need that come after that. You know, are they going to want, like, I freaking love this. I talk about it all the time. Are they going to want to have their own special intuitive art supplies? If they do, they can buy them through intuitive art and you'll make a percentage of that. And if they want to sign up for more classes, you'll make a percentage of that. And if they want to become a certified intuitive artist, right, then you make a percentage of that and a percentage of whatever they bring in forever. And it's just I feel like it's such a beautiful way to recognize that ripple, right? Recognize the impact.
And why we're talking to all of you, right? Because we're making this video public, not just for our students or prospective students, is because intuitive art is a tool for clarity and confidence. And you can use that tool in any industry and for any niche or whatever it is that you're doing or interested in. So like if you're a writer, you can teach, you know, how to get over writer's block with intuitive art. You can really do anything with it. We have people in all kinds of fields like counseling. People have done this with police investigations, massage workers. The list goes on and on. We have people in 9 countries right now doing this. If you have been struggling with this idea of building your own business and just going back and forth about whether or not it's worth it or you want to do it, think about this as a really cool opportunity, even if you haven't thought about intuitive art before. We can always hop on the phone with you and, you know, you can let us know what it is you have in mind about using this with, and we can tell you if, you know, maybe we can't see how that would fit together, but probably we have some ideas of how it can be great.
I just know there's so many people out there who really want to make money living in their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people feel inspired and aligned when they think about what that could be. Right? What that, like, when we allow ourselves to dream into what it could be if I was living, if I was showing up and being in my purpose, the impact that I could have if I was doing that. And then really quickly we kind of go to the if only or yeah, but, right?
Yes.
Oh, but there's all this stuff in between me and or in between where I am now and that. And what I love about intuitive art, right, is that it is such a bridge. And just like you're saying, it's a bridge in just about any industry. It can be used as a tool just about anything. Like I coach women in business. I coach athletes. I do life coaching, right? And intuitive art is a tool that I can use in any of those arenas, right? I can create a class or a workshop or just a reading, right? I can create something with intuitive art that will speak to and help solve the problem of, and will open the door, right? And I want to say like the heart of my ideal person. It's going to help them get clarity. And it helps me on a daily basis, right? It says the clarity to know your truth and the confidence to live it. It helps me on a daily basis with this. And I think that's what I love is whether you're like, I don't quite know how to build a business around my purpose, or even what does intuitive art have to do with that? I feel like there might be people watching this going, this sounds great, but I don't get what intuitive art has to do with me and living my purpose. I would say try it and do it. And we might even want to draw on that. Like, what does intuitive art have to do with people living in their purpose and making money from it? Because for me and Rachel, it seems super clear, right? And Rachel, you've created this system which really removes the barriers, right? Removes the barriers of building the business. But yeah, I think maybe that's what might be missing for people is how can I, like me here, who has a sense for what my purpose is, I like when I close my eyes and think about living my purpose, I can get flashes of what that looks like or sensations of what that feels like, but I can't put my finger on it. How is intuitive art going to help me do that? I think that's maybe where we need to start with this conversation.
I love it. Think about intuitive art as just your access to your higher self. So instead of saying, how can intuitive art help me live my purpose? How can my higher self help me live my purpose? And if that's the question, it's really obvious. Like your higher self is always knocking on your door, trying to tell you how to do that in every moment of every day, because that's what you want. And intuitive art is just the translator. It's like, okay, if you're not really hearing your higher self and hearing those cues or trusting yourself or believing that that's really what's happening, intuitive art is going to be your translator that is going to have no resistance and will just give you the lowdown of what your higher self is trying to already tell you. But I love the idea of making a drawing. Yeah. So how about we even say, like, how can intuitive art and this business assistance help me?
Okay, so I'm going to write the question. I'm going to word it, how can business assistance, I'm going to just say business assistance in the Intuitive Art Academy. I like to be as specific as possible. So okay. Help me to live my purpose. And I'm going to add, and I always want to add money.
I think we should, because you need money. I mean, people need to eat and pay their rent, and
yes, So
right? How can business assistance in the Intuitive Art Academy help me live my purpose and make money?
That's what I wrote. I wrote make the money I desire, but sames.
Awesome. And by the way, I just need to add in here, we've been talking about this almost like it's a concept. Like what we're doing with this is a concept. Like you having all this taken care of and all these pages set up and all this tech stuff done is a concept, but it's actually working right now. Like people have done it. It's a thing. So I just want to ground for a second and be like, this isn't a concept. Like this is an actual functioning thing that has been working now. So I just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. People are elated, right? At just how easy it is, and excited by how professional the marketing looks and how appointments show up on their calendar and the times that they've slotted that they're available, and they just get to show up and do the reading, which is amazing.
This is Rachel here. Pardon the interruption, but I want to give you a quick tour of everything that we're talking about, just so that you can have a visual for what we mean. This right here is our Intuitive Art Academy membership area. It's what houses all of your courses. So if you take our personal course, it'll be here. If you take our certification, it'll be here. But there's also some resource centers. So this is one for teaching. When you know that you want to teach a class, you just come here and everything's laid out in a really organized manner. We let you know all the things that we need to know in order to create all of the pages and the marketing for your class. This is an example email of how to book a wellness center or a bookstore for your class. We have a spreadsheet for tracking your outreach. So if you're, talking to several venues at once, you can just keep track of it all here instead of having it be jumbled in your head. And then when you have everything set up, you are going to just submit your event to us using this Google form. And it's really simple. And if you want to know everything that's on the form before you get there, we have that here. And we have a whole teaching checklist here. So everything is really simple and streamlined and organized. And once you have submitted your event to us, you can organize your class materials. We have class materials prepared for several classes, including a 6-week class that you can teach for your continuing education centers where you live or online. And we also have generic handouts that are good for all classes. So no matter what you're teaching, you can use these handouts. Here is the Higher Self Wisdom handout, and this just lets people know what they're connecting to in your class. We have one of our intuitive art process so that people can take this home or read it through with you while you're talking about it, and so on. You can see we have more here, and they come in an editable format as well. So you can make your own handouts using our templates. So if you go to our Embody Your Purpose here, we always have an intro video letting you know what's possible. We have discussion topics, we have drawing ideas for your class and extra content. We have class blurbs for you so that you know what the class is about. Oh my goodness, we just have so much prepared for you to make it easy and interesting. So 2 teachers teaching Embody Your Purpose will probably teach a very different class. You get to choose what drawings go with your class, what kind of exact clarity people are going to get, and what add-ons you want to use, if any. We also leave the pricing of the class up to you. Of course, we have suggestions if you need them. This is a very malleable art here that you can really tailor to your own needs and desires. So here is relationship repair, all these drawing ideas and extra content, which is different depending on the class. And it's just so much fun. So we keep adding to this class material page all the time. And then if you want to offer supplies, if you've built that into the price of your class, we have supplies that you can order. That custom notebook Carrie was raving about is here. We have custom crayon packs. We have signed intuitive art books. We have tote bags. So this is if you want to provide supplies for your class. And then once you submit your class to us, now it's our turn to get to work, and we create a page for you on our main calendar here at intuitiveart.com. This is actually a class being taught in French. So here is one in English that I can show you. And we format it nice. We make you graphics so that everything looks nice. We put your bio in here, and we also create you a product in our system, and that way people can check out. They can add on one of our books if they want to. It's optional, but it gives you more revenue. And then when somebody checks out, that will show up on your dashboard. So let me take you there. This is your main dashboard, and this will show you all of your sales and where your special affiliate links are. So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will find that we have conveniently placed some links here that you can copy, and so that you can share these and get some more registered students and make money off of anything they go on to purchase. So we have a free class you can share, our Oracle, our YouTube channel, our homepage. So this is stuff that people can consume for free, and then down the line, if they purchase something, you will get income from that. And of course, you can also share your classes and our programs, and that way you get a commission if they buy that. So let me show you where your sales will show up. All your sales will be here under charges. You can see somebody bought level 1 and Carrie got $300 for that. And payouts, you'll see when you're paid and how much you're paid for your own records. So like I said, we also take care of all the emails, the registration email, the reminder email, the follow-up email, the newsletters. And this is what somebody would get a day after a workshop with you. It has frequently asked questions in it about the color sheet, and also guides them to new things that they can enjoy, like our other courses and our products, and also our Facebook group so that they can come get some decoding help or really just join the community. It also directs them to book a session with you if they want some private time. We really make sure that you are promoted as much as possible, but in a loving and gentle way as possible so that nobody feels overwhelmed. They just feel supported. And I know that you might not only want to teach classes, so we also offer sessions. People can book sessions from our Instagram, Facebook, and our website just by clicking on this Book Now button or wherever they are. And they can choose to book a session, and it works with your availability on your calendar. So this is a lot of information, and we won't get into all of that, but I really just wanted to show you that we have a tremendous amount of back-end support here that's going on, and everything, and when we say everything, everything is taken care of for you. We provide all the technology and pay all the fees for all the software, and do all the things. You know, we promote nationally and locally and online and pretty much anywhere we can think of. So that is the tour, guys. I will send you back to the video now.
All right, we're going to draw, so draw with us. Okay, so I drew for the group and not for me. And did you draw for you? Because if you did, I'd love for you to go first.
Yeah, I can go first. I didn't specify, so I'm guessing I was drawing for me. So here we go.
Oh my God, just before you even go, we got the same colors. You have 3 colors. You have the tan, the orange, and the red. Oh my God. You guys, we did not plan this. You saw me shut my eyes. I freaking love intuitive art.
That's amazing.
I know.
And because they have different meanings for us.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So the tannish color is on the bottom, and it's kind of hard to see, but it's a swirl with an X through it. And that was the first thing I laid down. And that for me is leaning more and more and more and more into trust and faith and angelic guidance and totally becoming like this pure, clear channel. So, and then the orange, I actually put down, the next thing I put down was the red boxes, which to me shows a structure for my fieriness. So red for me is like intense and energetic and fiery and passionate. It's like all the things I am when I am riled up and excited. And sometimes that energy doesn't know where to go, or it shows up. Anyways, this here is just a structure for that side of me, right? That energy. And then the orange for me is always, it's alignment. It is my fully embodied self. Orange, if I had to pick a best feeling color, it's probably that orange color. And so what the answer to my question is how can business assistants in the Intuitive Art Academy help me to live my purpose and make the money I desire? I feel like it's giving me the structure, right, that I need, because the boxes for me is structure, to sort of contain that fiery, passionate side of me that is so easily distracted. That's the side of me that likes to start things out of excitement and then not finish them. And within that container, right, is the ability for me to lean more and more and more into being just a clear channel and being guided, all while in total alignment and showing up as my fully embodied self. So, how can it help me to live my purpose and make the money I desire? I feel like the biggest answer, this is showing me what will happen. The biggest answer is it's giving me the structure. What do you got?
It's giving you the structure to show up as your most aligned, awesome self.
Yes.
Okay. I even drew in the same order as you, and our colors don't mean exactly word for word the same thing, but they're basically the same thing, Carrie. This is really cool. This is my like aligned action color because it's a little bit of a purplish red. And that is kind of what you're talking about. It's that excited, oh, I'm so excited to do this, where you're so excited you just have the energy to do it and you just spring into action. So that's this, and it comes back over itself a lot. So it's kind of like, yes, this is what I want to do. It's that feeling you get when you think about your purpose. Like, yes, I want to do this. Yes. And then there is this, I may have drawn this first, but it's okay. The contentment color. And that is where you're in a very open place. It's like, it's easy there. You feel good there, but you're not losing your mind and you're not worried about anything. You're just feeling really good. Everything's happening right when you want it to happen. And it's a very good place to be. Like, if you're in this place most of the time, your life's going to be amazing because you're going to let in all these wonderful synchronicities. So this is a very wonderful, relaxed place to be. And then here, my orange is like, it's like a little focused event because it's making this circle here. And to me, orange is like a mental color. It's a focused color. It's like you're showing up and having a good time and you're focused. Like, so like if you're teaching or giving a session, you're showing up and you're on it and you're engaged and it feels really good. And then you can go back to being relaxed. And in all of this is your excitement. It's your moving forward, not because you have to, but because you get to, because you want to. And so I just love this. You know, how can business assistants in the Intuitive Art Academy help me live my purpose and make money? Again, it's the same thing. It's you're relaxed enough to actually show up and enjoy what it is you want to do because all of it is coming from a really aligned place. And there's nothing here that you don't want to do. It's a really easy flow. And I really like that.
That's what I got when you were talking about the orange circle. I thought, oh yes, like how often those of us who are in business, or how often are we told, you know, when you're doing the presentation or you're giving or you're doing the work, right, to just be focused on doing the work, right? But then in the same breath, they're like, and also lead them to the upsell, and also, right? And what you've created in business with business assistants is there's no need to worry about like, how am I positioning this and how, like, all of the stuff that makes so many of us feel icky in our businesses. We could just be that orange circle, aligned and focused and mentally there for what we're doing and not distracted about how do I get them to the next step? How do I, you know, I love that. That's what I got from that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carrie and I just had a town hall meeting with our students and graduates. And one of the things we heard the most was like, I've really been looking at you and I've been watching how you do things. And I think you do things with a lot of integrity and love. And these are people who rely on us for their reminder emails and their follow-up emails and their sales pages, right? So they want to make sure that what they're putting their name on doesn't feel icky or pushy or sticky or weird, right? And so I feel really validated, not that I needed it, but it's like the people who we're now assisting are giving us the big thumbs up and are really proud to have their name attached to us.
Before I started working with you, Rachel, inside of Intuitive Art Academy, one of the ways that I made money in my business was by promoting other people. And when you promote other people inside your business, at least for me, like I always choose to promote the products and services of people who I feel aligned with, people who I know are in integrity, people who I believe what they offer complements what I offer and can serve the people who I serve. And having said all that, I would pour time, effort, and energy into promoting anyone who I promoted. I wanted to make sure that I did a really good job promoting them. But the only person who I ever promoted that just continually made me money with ease was you, Rachel, right?
I love that.
Of all the people that if you're familiar with affiliate marketing, that's basically what I was doing. And of all the people that I promoted, and I really believed in every single person that I promoted. But there's something about, for sure, you and I have a connection, right? But there's something about the energy that you are in when you create anything, right? When you create an email, when you create a course, there's something about the purity of the energy that you're in when you create, that it's just so easy for the people who receive whatever comes from you to know, am I a yes or am I a no? And never feel manipulated or sold to or any of that. And so I just love that you're giving people an easier way to plug into that, to plug into the magic of the way you run your business.
Well, thank you for that. That's really beautiful. Yeah. Wow. I love that. Okay. It's a big thing to receive. I'm not going to cut that out because we live in this world here, and a lot of us consider ourselves, spiritual beings. And for such a long time, money has been such a separate conversation. We didn't want to have, people are telling us you can't charge for your spiritual gifts. And I used to feel the same exact way. And then I realized, well, I really need to be able to survive. I need to be able to live. I need to be able to, buy food. And when I reconciled that and just found that it doesn't matter what you're doing, you can still do it with love and joy, then there was no more separation between what people call marketing or selling and doing anything else that I do. It's all the same. It's all got the same energy. So thank you for witnessing that and actually seeing too that it makes like real world results.
Yes.
Really cool. So how does this all work? How can you get into this? How can you tap into this? We offer business assistance for our certification graduates. And if you're a level 1 graduate, you're locked into business assistance. So you can only teach and do sessions like under our platform. And of course, we make it super easy for all of that to happen and promote you like crazy. And so in exchange for the business assistance, we keep 30% of your revenue for classes and sessions or readings. And we have other commissions for other things. Like some of our courses, you get 50% of the price or 30%. That is how we can afford to do this for you. It's just like if you were to buy the software yourself and pay an admin to do things, although you're probably going to be paying us a lot less than if you tried to buy it all on your own.
You will for sure.
Yeah. So that's it. There's no extra fee on top of what all of our certified intuitive artists pay, which is a $300 yearly license. But whether you're in business assistance or not, that's just part of the program because we give you monthly ongoing training and access to us for that. If you have a business or you want to do your own thing, like you don't want to give us a revenue split, you don't want us to host all of your stuff, then you just go on to level 2 and you have the option. You can use our services if you want to. You don't have to. You can do whatever configuration of your own stuff you want.
Okay, so just to clarify, so if you choose to become a level 1 certified intuitive artist, you immediately, upon graduation or certification, you immediately have access to business assistance and can run your business entirely through that. So in terms of like needing to build a business or create a business, you don't have to. You just have to use business assistance to work your business. And if you already have a business that you think intuitive art would be complementary for, then you choose a level 2 certification where you have the choice, right? You have the choice to use business assistance when it's convenient and appropriate, and not use business assistance when it's convenient and appropriate. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. Yeah. But also, if you already have a business and you just want to use intuitive art as a part-time thing or as a separate entity, just do level 1 if you want to, and have us host your classes and your sessions, and then keep doing your other thing simultaneously. We have people doing that right now, and it's working out really well. So whatever level feels appropriate for you, go for it.
In the work that I do in the world, I work with a lot of people who are looking to build an income. Lots of them are looking to build an income online. Lots of them are looking to build an income from home. But people now more than ever are looking for an alternative to a job, right? They're looking for a way to generate an income simultaneous to living the life that they really, really want. And I've seen a lot of models to do that. I've seen a lot of business in a box type things. And I don't know if this is going to sound too good to be true, but most of them come with a pretty big but, right? A pretty big catch. And what I like about what you've created, Rachel, is just from such an aligned place, you said, well, what would be most helpful, right? Well, what would, and I mean, I suppose you could call the revenue sharing a catch, except for that is a cost of doing business if you choose to build your own, or there's just costs involved with doing business. And having been around the block a time or two, there's just so much ease here. I'm so excited for what we've created. I continue to be amazed at ways we just keep making it better and better. And so I think I just want to say to anybody who's like, they want to make an additional income and you want to do it in a really aligned way, look at the Intuitive Art Academy, look at certification, because it is such an aligned way to generate additional revenue, additional income. It's amazing.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. If you think that intuitive art can enhance what you do or add to what you do or be a way for you to do what you want to do in the world, then come on in. We're really glad to have you. And we offer such a supportive, amazing community for you to be a part of. Thank you, Carrie, so much for being here with me. This has been such a wonderful hour. I really appreciate all that you've done for us and do for us.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's my motto, show up and be awesome. So thanks so much, Rachel, for just creating this and continuing. You're such a great example of being in alignment and doing what comes in when you're in alignment. So thank you for everything that you've created. It's helping a lot of people.
My pleasure. See, that's what is cool about alignment is I get to live my most exciting life and you get to live your most exciting life.